Welcome back. Well, optimistic about the generic drug sector, and while pricing pressure will remain in the industry, companies have responded to it in many ways. That's the word coming in from GV Prasad of Dr. Reddy's in conversation with Shereen Bhan at Davos 2024. Listen in to his views on the generic industry, pricing pressure, geopolitical impact, and AI and more.
We've got elections in the big market, the US. What is the view on the year ahead?
If you take it overall as an industry, I think the generic industry is in a good shape, good place. We increase affordability, we increase access, not just in the US, all over the world. So I'm very optimistic about our sector.
But the pricing pressures, do you expect that we've perhaps seen the worst, or do you expect that to continue?
So I think pricing pressure will always remain in the generic industry, but companies have responded to it in many ways, moved up the value chain in terms of complex products with less competition, also improved their technologies, competing more effectively. Also, some companies have exited some of the products, which is again causing a shortage. So overall, while pricing pressure will always be there, I think there is some adjustment happening, and I think the industry has responded well to that.
You know, speaking of adjustments, and the big story that's playing out here, of course, is the geopolitical risk, which every CEO is sort of factoring in some form or fashion as far as their business plans are concerned. From a pharmaceutical industry's perspective, what do these, tensions, geopolitical tensions, Russia, Ukraine, impacting your business now, the Middle East? How does that change things for you?
So Russia is a big market for us. We didn't have any great disruption there, and the currency also has held up. So while we expected turbulence, it didn't happen. Ukraine is impacted because of the war. We still ship product there, but it has been impacted. The Middle East is not a big issue because it's just very localized so far, I hope. And Israel is not a big market for pharmaceuticals. It's a small population. So overall, while it's distressing to see what's happening out there, I don't think it has a serious impact on the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay. What will be the big trends that could shape the pharma industry in 2024? Everyone's talking about generative AI and the fact that it could be a potential game changer as far as the healthcare industry is concerned, bring down the drug development and drug discovery time significantly. How are you reading that?
So it's early days, but I'm spending a lot of time, including here, to understand where this is going. AI is certainly a force multiplier. It is, I would call it, it amplifies human capability. So we are seeing some benefits already in our own organization in terms of use cases, not in drug discovery or innovation yet, but in process development, in R&D productivity, in manufacturing productivity. There is some impact, but I think the best is yet to come. The potential looks great. But companies like us have to learn this little at a deeper level. One
of the big game changers of 2023 has turned out to be the big weight loss drugs. Ozempic has sort of been the story of 2023. Were you surprised by how it took off?
I'm not surprised, but I'm actually very, very impressed by the efficacy of the product. We've had obesity as a challenge for decades now. We've been, overeating, putting on weight and all of that. But no drug without serious side effects was available. A few years ago, GSK launched a product called ALI, A-L-L-I. It had some distressing side effects which didn't make the drug good. But now I'm seeing a real hope for obesity patients as a real replacement for bariatric surgery. So, this has worked wonders for the companies that have launched these products. The market caps have shot up. They're expecting obesity drug to be a $20 billion market for them.
So and you're among the companies lining up from the Indian generic side to cash in on this opportunity as well.
We will, like all generic companies, we will look at all the big selling products and try to develop equivalent versions of them. But the patent life is there for a few more years, so we'll have to wait for the patents.
All right, so interesting conversation there with Dr. Reddy's. Take a short break, come back. Stay